Today I'm going to show you a nicely written case study about solving some problems of WhatsApp Business mobile app. And this UX case study was written by a designer called Vinod Deshapriya. And I will walk you through this case study and show you why I say this is a good UX case study. Let's start off with the title here, UX case study, enhancing user experience, innovating WhatsApp Business mobile app with new features. And this is a very nice title for a UX case study because it explains what this person has done. It's not just UX case study, but he has given the context and he has set that stage nicely that this is what this person has done. A title for a UX case study is so important because that is where you create that excitement for the reader to read this UX case study. If you just put UX case study, then you don't know what this is all about. Overview. He has given a nice overview about this project. Everybody knows what is WhatsApp, but not a lot of people know what is WhatsApp Business mobile app. He has given that overview nicely here, what this is all about and what is he trying to do here. Now comes the problem statement. A problem statement often comes through your client. That is the initial understanding about the problem that the client is having and it is being passed on to you. But this is a self-inflicted project, so there's no client for this person, I believe. In such cases, how you get to know the problem statement, it is maybe based on your experience or someone else's experience that you know, or maybe through the information that you have gathered. Now, when researching WhatsApp Business and its considerable benefits, I found some significant user experience issues directly impacting its effectiveness. And these are the three main factors that he has identified. When you have this initial problem statement, you always need to go dig deeper about the problem and find exact details about this problem. That is why we do a user research. In our endeavor to understand potential users' requirements and challenges, we thoroughly analyze and review posted by users on Google App Store. There are so many different ways that you can gather information about the problem further. One way is especially applicable for mobile apps. If you go to the Google App Store or the Apple Play Store, you can gather so much of feedback and the reviews that the users have put there. And that is one way of gathering information. And in a self-inflicted project like this, that is ideal. He has gone through some of the reviews here. If you read one of these things like the new status update UI is extremely disappointing, it lacks essential functionalities present in the previous version and so on, and he has rated 1. When it comes to analyzing these kind of user reviews, we don't take everything too seriously because it could be a one-off incident, it could be due to lack of the user's knowledge about the domain, it could be a review which has been put by your competitors or enemies. That is also happening. But when you see something like this, 5,405 people found this review helpful, that is something. That means that problem could be there. And if you look at this one, he has rated 4, but I like the app so much. I have been using the app for a couple of years now, and trust me, I enjoy every moment. If the only problem I have now is there's no navigation in the status, and he explains the problem that he's facing. And 15,000 odd people found this review helpful. And if you read this one, 23,000 people say, yes, this problem is there. Now, if you look at this, not all these are like, one-star reviews. He has put 3 here, but he has explained like here. However, I have noticed that when I upload a video to my status, the quality automatically decreases. So these are problems, real problems that the people are having. He has gathered some information like that, and these limitations can make it difficult to business to manage communication and so on. This particular section, this is the only section that I really don't admire because he has hinted about some solutions here. He has not said that these are the solutions, but he has hinted like improvements could include the following. Now, as a UX designer, you should stop that natural urgency of coming into conclusions before you analyze the problem thoroughly. If we could move this section a little further down in the case study, that would have been so ideal. Now he's digging much deeper into the problem. He's trying to analyze the existing solution blueprint of the mobile application, rather WhatsApp business mobile application. Now he has taken user journeys separately, uploading a status update. He has mentioned the user journey here. These are existing user journeys, and he has identified a couple of user journeys. And now he has digged into the users bit more. I have categorized the persona into three main segments. So he has created a segmented persona. We call it the empathetic proto-persona sometimes. He has taken users in the same user groups, but he has broken them down into different segments and analyzed them separately. That's what he has done. This one is small business owner, local bakery, age 45 to 55. He has thought of a few different segments and tried to categorize the problems by these segments of his persona. Now he has done another activity. I think it's the final one in this problem analysis. He has created a user experience matrix. This is where he connects the user journeys and the problems. Now, as a UX designer, if you have to solve a problem, you need to understand what the problem is and who's facing the problem and where exactly this problem occurs. This is where he has done that activity, mapping these concerns into the user journeys and explain this particular step has this issue and that particular step has that issue. Sometimes you might not be able to map these concerns into a particular step or a particular user journey because that concern might be applicable for the entire application. That's also possible, but this person has created a map which shows that these problems do exist in this particular step. Like I said before, there are so many different ways of gathering this information about the problems. One way is this reading through reviews and all. Another way is use of behavior tracking data, which is obviously not available for him because it might be with the WhatsApp people. Then there's another one is you can conduct certain tests and interviews with people and get to know certain information, and your expertise also come into play, and usability heuristics test could give you certain information about these problems as well. That is good enough, I would say. Now he's proposing updates, but I would like if he could present a set of identified issues before he proceed to this step. Maybe he has done it and he has not shown it, because then the readers would know that these are the problems that he's gonna uh, show. He has mentioned it here in several places, um, but that's okay. Now, having gathered all the necessary information, I crafted a fresh solution blueprint for WhatsApp Business, the newly introduced features. Now he's trying to map certain features into the existing system here. The ones that are shown in blue are the new features that he's suggesting. Groups, individual chat, status, channel, HD quality video, normal quality video. Okay, let's proceed. Now he has delved into the solution. Before you come into the high fidelity part, we create wireframes. But I think that he has not shown it just to reduce the complexity of this UX case study. But as a user experience designer, when you're proceeding with this kind of an activity, you create wireframes before you coming straight away into the high fidelity. I'd like if we could mention that here, uh, but I'm pretty sure, I'm convinced the approach that he has taken before would suggest me that he might have done, probably he might have done the wireframes, but it's better if you could mention that I have started off with wireframe. It's a choice. It's all depend on how you tell the story. It's your story, and you have the freedom to tell the story the way you want, but as long as users understand it. Now he has mentioned the changes that he has introduced here. Introduce segment picker for the chat page. This suggests a new element on the chat page that allows user to categorize or filter their chats and everything. This this semantic picker, it has to be segment picker would help business owners organize and prioritize their communication within the application. Now, look here, he has justified what he has done. He has articulated his design decisions here, which is very essential for every UX designer. Whenever whenever I ask some designer that why you have done this design, often the designer don't have a solid answer. The most common answer that I get is a smile. And sometimes they say that my client asked me to do this, so much of in that line. No, as a UX designer, you need to have a proper base on the decisions that you have taken in your design. So that is what we call articulating your design decisions, and he has done it nicely. I don't know whether this design solves the problem, but that's not the point here. He has done this based on some solid facts. That's my point. That's what you should do as a designer as well. And there's another way of showing this in a case study like this is how it was and this is how it is now. That could also be a nice way of presenting, especially in revamps. But he has shown it in a different way, which is also nice. And he has introduced certain improvements here and there, and he has justified everything, which is very nice. Now comes the solution test part. Whenever we read like 10 UX case studies, only a very few people go through the testing part. Even though they mention the design thinking process that they're going to follow, starting from empathizing and with testing, most people don't even do empathizing as well as give us some proofs that what you have done is acceptable or not. After introducing a new solution, then I conducted testing with users aligned with the previously defined persona. Subsequently, I collected data and here are the results. And he has tested journey by journey here. Status update, actual experience is not so good here. He begins with not so good one. Yeah, that's perfectly fine because whatever the solution that you provide, it might work, it might not work, it might have improvements, it might not. Well, that's life. And this looks better, but keep it smaller, like business previous version. And that could be the feedback that he has gathered in this testing, and the rest works fine. And when you come to this part, yes, that testing has gone really well, and he has provided some conclusion here. The strengths of this application and opportunities to improvement and the proposed solution. If you look at WhatsApp Business mobile app now, some of these problems are being addressed in a very similar manner. No, I would say that the WhatsApp hasn't seen this case study and done it. No, they have identified the problem separately and they have given certain solutions. But what I'm trying to say is this designer's thinking is very much aligned with their thinking as well. The main reason for that one is this person has taken time to analyze the problem the right way. And without analyzing the problem, you don't know what to solve and how to solve it. That is the key of any user experience design. You need to focus a lot on the problem more than the solution because if you don't understand the problem right, then you won't be able to solve it right. And I would say this indeed a very nicely written user experience case study which demonstrate this designer's problem solving abilities to the fullest. So if you're also writing a user experience case studies to demonstrate your user experience design skills, I would say take a look at this case study and it'll teach you a lot of things. Thank you for listening.